Danganronpa. If you've been keeping up with my channel at all recently, you know I've kinda taken a deep dive into Danganronpa, and it's been pretty fun. Although when I started, one game really did pique my interest, and that was Ultra the Spare Girls. Piqued my interest because it was a third-person shooter. That looks really dumb in terms of Danganronpa. How was it, you ask? I don't really know how to transition anymore, so let's just talk about Danganronpa, another episode of Ultra the Spare Girls. In Ultra the Spare Girls, you play as the dog from Persona 3. Komuro Naegi. You've been trapped in an apartment cause fuck it. After a Monokuma breaks into your house, you meet Togami. He gives you a gun, you watch a couple people die, crash a helicopter, and meet the Warriors of Hope. Don't worry, you'll probably forget about them as we go through. Anywho, they drop you out of a fucking hole, and then that's the end of the prologue. Chapter 1 starts with you meeting Toko at the hospital. You go towards the bridge, meet Hina's brother at said bridge before he fucking dies, and that's the last you see of him. He's never brought back up again. Anyways, after that, you go to the subway, kill Masaru, that's his name. Chapter 2 involves you meeting Shirakuma, who takes you to the secret base in the sewers and tells you about a place where you can contact Future Foundation. But as it turns out, Jataro's there, so you fucking kill him. Nothing interesting happens in Chapter 3, except an attack on the base. So with that in mind, I'm gonna skip Chapter 3. Why, you may ask? It makes me really uncomfortable, like, even thinking about it in this voiceover. I don't want to think about it. Chapter 3 sucks. Okay, Chapter 4, you fight a genocide jack, but then you become friends again. Go back to the hideout, which is under attack, give a speech, then go into the worst part of this fucking game. The factory is just a really shitty level, mainly just cause, well, one, it looks bland as fuck, but two, these lasers. On their own, the lasers are not that bad to deal with. What makes this level fucking miserable is a teeny weeny little, thingy that happens on the PC port where the lasers just don't fucking show up, and then they give you shit. It's like, why didn't you dodge the lasers? What lasers am I supposed to dodge? The invisible ones? I can't fucking see them. Anyway, you killed this fucking blue hair kid. I forgot his name. You get the big Monokuma, and then we go attack a building. Chapter 5 has us going through a building, which is just like 5 fucking like Monokuma man puzzles, and then we go onto an airship, beat the fuck out of Monica. She gives us a remote, but wait, don't touch that button. If we break the remote, then a bunch of kids will die, which will lead to a war. Okay. Anyways, our parents are dead, and then Toko stops us from breaking the remote, and then we fight the big Monokuma, which, oh no, was controlled by Shirakuma, because plot twist, Shirakuma and Shirakuma are actually that Junko AI from Danganronpa 2, because fuck you! Also, Izuru is here. Hey, Izuru. The epilogue is just there to say, hey, I'm staying in Towa City. And that's the story of Ultra the Spare Girls. It's fucking stupid. Plot twist at the end really makes no sense. This game takes place before 2, so I guess it's supposed to lead into it, but it kind of doesn't even do that, because Nagato's promise made at the end to Monica goes absolutely nowhere, to my knowledge. Alright, that's all for story. It's dumb. Okay, character time. Characters in this game range from fun to forgettable. There's really no in between. Anyways, to make this easier, I'll maybe be talking about characters that appear on this list. Okay, let's go. Komuro Naegi, she was a lot of fun. Her relationship with Tokyo is one of my favorite parts about this game. I just love the way they work off each other. They're a lot of fun. Doko Fukawa, she was like number 5 on my original ranking, and she is just as fun. And it's even better because she's given a lot of time to shine, because she's like always there with you. Togami, he's there for like 5 minutes, but he's still epic. I love him still. Makoto Naegi. While only being in there for 2 scenes, I still love him. Nagato. I fucking love Nagato, man. Every time he does something, it's so fucking stupid. I never understand what this man is planning, but that's like half his charm. His fucking love of hope just keeps him going. even after getting sliced in the fucking legs. Okay, we're on to the warriors, Laho. Masaru Daimon, Ifugor, Jataro Kirumi, Neat Mask, Koto Yusuke, no, Nagisa Shingetsu. He was alright. Monica, look at this bitch thinking she can be like Junko. You're nothing like her. You're boring. Yurihiko Higagure. She's just there for hit lists, but I guess she's alright. Taichi Fujisaka, pretty pointless character. They show up to fix an elevator, then immediately die. They serve no other plot convenience. Shirokuma, they were alright. They were a friendly Monokuma that helped the resistance, but whoops, it's actually Junko. What a twist. Kurokuma, he was there, I guess. Haiji Towa, really annoying. Just complained and didn't do anything, then just kind of snapped at the end, which is honestly kind of funny, but also Yuta Asahina, dude, they show up and then fucking die. They were pointless. Why are they even on this list? That's really all the notable ones. A lot of hit or miss, but the ones that hit really do. If you have functioning eyes, you probably noticed that this game is very different from the other three I've talked about, being that it's a third-person shooter. Anyways, there's two types of gameplay, shooter and hack and slash. The shooter mode is how you're gonna play like 95% in the game. After the beginning of the game, you're given a hacking gun, which is your only weapon. It has 8 modes to use, being break, move, dance, detect, knockback, paralyze, burn, and link. So let's go over them. Break is your standard bullet. Pretty alright in terms of stats, but very reliable. You will use it all throughout the game. Move is used to interact with mechanical things, but doesn't do any damage. You use it a lot throughout the game. Dance is a bullet that if it comes into contact with a Monokuma, it will stun it a bit while it dances. I never really used it much. Detect is a light used to find things. It's used for some puzzles early on, but it later is only used for hidden kids, really. Knockback sends gust of wind that knocks back enemies, rolls balls, and removes shields. It's alright. Paralyze is a bullet that works really well with water, and that's the only time I used it. Burn is a rapid fire bullet that, while neat, was barely used by me. And Link allows you to control Monokuma. It has some very fun puzzles tied to it. That's the only time I use it as well. While all these ammo types are cool, I mainly relied on Break because, well, 1, I always had ammo for it, and 2, it was just very reliable for killing enemies. You also use these on puzzles. Speaking of those, they range from fine to annoying. These are all over the game, and they're just alright. A lot are more interesting than others. The other type of gameplay is Genocide Jax, which is a hack and slash. I mostly used her when I was in situations where I was unable to really do anything else. I say that because while you're in the Genocide Jack mode, you can't take damage. How it works is that these batteries will slowly go down as you use her. To wrap up gameplay, let's go over all the enemies and bosses. First up is standard Monokuma. They go down easily and they're just kind of nuisances. Bomber Monokumas throw bombs and explode on death. By themselves, they were really weak, which is why they throw them with other enemies half the time. Neat design though. Siren Monokumas by themselves, they're just kind of stupid. They don't really do much to alert nearby enemies. Chapter 4 made me fucking despise them though. I hope they all die. Junk Monokumas, despite the design, are pretty boring all things considered. Each encounter just resorts to a loop of me stunning them, then they get back up and I shoot them in the eye again. Guard Monokumas are boring, you just need to use a knockback and then it turns them into a normal Monokuma. Ball Monokuma is a thing. You can roll them with knockback, which is pretty cool. Other than that, they just shoot things at you. Beast Monokuma are mostly used in puzzle rooms, except for a few rooms near the end of the game. They got a neat design, but not really used as an enemy. And finally, there's a Bomber Monokuma. It has a really cool design, a gun for long range, and cause fuck it, why not? It can just charge right at you. Alright, boss time. Masaru Daimon's Hero Robot is a fine first boss, but it does have the biggest hit spot, so it's not like the hardest boss. Most attacks on it were fine, although I could never really dodge the drill rush. Jataro Kirumi's Priest Robot adds on from another boss. Instead of the weak point just constantly being exposed, you have to knock back bombs to knock it down to expose the weak point. It's alright. Koto Yusugi's Fighter Robot makes you use Paralyze to attack a Monokuma to reveal the weak spot, and that's like the only good thing Chapter 3 has going for it. The Genocide Jack fight is pretty boring. It's just a lot of running. That's all that really is there. Nagasa Shingetsu's Sage Robot is actually a lot of fun to me. While it is just kind of a lot of running, the second phase is really funny because it just keeps peeking from windows and I shoot it in the eye. That's really funny to me. The Monica fight is all the robots put together. Move-wise, it's just kind of alright. It just kind of grabs from each one of their move sets. Not really anything too interesting in that department. After hitting like fucking 12 weak spots, oh yeah, this one has like 12 instead of like the normal one. After hitting like 12 of them, Kurokuma will show us, so then you can beat the fuck out of him. Finally, Big Bang Monokuma. The gimmick for this fight is pretty cool in all honesty. It tells you what weapon it wants you to use based on the eye color. My only problem is that the camera doesn't want to cooperate in this fight, which is kind of a problem for a lot of moves, one of which being the electric attack where I have to move to a specific part. I am a bit mixed in terms of gameplay. While some things are really neat, a lot of them are not, but I guess at least they tried, which I guess is pretty neat that they at least tried to do something, even if a lot of it doesn't really work. The only other bonus this game has is another novel called Ultra Despair Hagakure. It follows Hiro and this other girl named Kanon who knew Leon from the first game. I read a bit of it. I can't really remember anything off the top of my head. I will probably revisit it soon. It's probably alright. I really do like the music in this game. I do like the style it tries to go for a lot of the time. I don't know what that style is called, but it's still pretty neat. Alright, here's some of my favorites. This game certainly is something. While I commend them for trying new things, some aspects of the story make me really uncomfortable. A lot of this shit wasn't needed. And then the gameplay was just kind of a mixed bag. Would I recommend this game? Probably. If you enjoyed the other 3 games, I would recommend you at least check it out. It's got some neat content to it. Anyways, with this done, this almost wraps up Danganronpa. I have possibly one more video coming up, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, that's all for now. See ya.